here's a woman that finally took a look in the mirror and really liked, no, actually loved who she saw. I've never been married before, and I certainly had plenty of opportunities in which I maybe could have in terms of previous relationships, but there was always something missing. I know that all the relationships that I've had up until this point of James, my husband, that I needed to have all those men and those relationships in my life to teach me the lessons that I needed to have in order to be in the relationship that I am in now. And when I really stopped to think about it, there was always a need in those other relationships. Like I needed more love, or I needed more of your time, or I needed more spark and energy, or I needed you to come and be with me when I'm with my family and friends. There was always a need there, and it was exhausting. It was like a constant searching. It was always having one foot in the door and one foot out. So if I actually don't get my needs, then I'm out of here. I'm not fully committed here, because I'm still checking in with you and see if I'm getting what I need. And here's the other piece, which isn't such a great thing to admit, is it was more about my needs than it was about their needs. Finally, when I took a look in the mirror of who I was and how I was being in relationships with these other gentlemen, I didn't like who I saw. It was up to me to decide who I wanted to be, and I wasn't going to get anything from anybody. And so when I took a look in the mirror, and I said, oh, okay, this is who you are, and this isn't really quite working out because you're not getting what you need. When I finally said, okay, let's make some changes here, and I made those, then James showed up. But I had to show up first before he did. There was no doubts when we said yes to one another about a month ago that we were saying yes to each other for a really long time and for really good reasons. One thing about profound love and saying yes to someone is there no longer really is a need to speak. You just, the silence is a good place. You don't have to fill it up with words. You don't even have to say, I love you. You just know. And it's not, I love you just right now because you look good or because you just told me that you love me and I'm gonna tell it to you back. It's just, you know. I am more interested in James' needs than mine, because I feel like mine are already taken care of. And how is my partner, how is my husband? Is he getting what he needs and what he wants? And I think that's part of the difference, for me at least, is I don't, and it's not to say I no longer have any needs, but I'm more curious and I'm more aware of my partner's needs. Oh gosh, it sounds so cliche, and it's that movie, Jerry Maguire comes to mind when he says to Renee Zellweger, you complete me. And that's this, so Could I not be a whole person? Could I not be a completed individual if I didn't have James in my life? That's a great question. When I look in the mirror, I'm more beautiful now than I was 5, 10, 15 years ago because I'm more real. What I really wanted was home more than anything else. And I didn't even have to explain to him what that meant. There was no words. There was no more words that were needed to explain what it was that I really wanted when I said home. Because I knew what that was for me. And maybe that's what, when you look in the mirror, that's what's always there, is home. It's returning to home. And so now with James, I feel like I'm home. I don't have any more needs. I know what I really wanted, and now I have it. And it's not James. James is a part of that. But I have home.